So here at Life Skateboards, we do everything in-house. The majority of the time when I'm going live here, just handcrafting boards. Today we are loading up the monster press with several different ply numbers. We've got an order for a 6, 7, and 8 ply. So we got those layups ready to go here. I emptied out the presses and we'll go ahead and get started. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. That's what I'm here for. Got this AI tripod thanks to Tim, subscriber and customer of Skateboards. And these boards are available at lifeskateboard.com. And the mic unplugged. 1 second here. Good to go. All right. This AI tripod responds to hand signals, so you're going to seeing me do that a little bit here. All right, so here at Life we hand roll the glue on every deck to ensure full glue coverage on every side of every ply. That way we can guarantee against delam. These boards here are going into the monster press, which can get up to 15 inches wide. Or the press itself is 15 inches. The boards that come out of it are 14.6. We also have everything else you could imagine here. It's from 7.5 all the way to 14.6. So if you enjoy what you're watching, please share it with your friends. It's been a minute since I've been able to go live, dealing with some health issues that will likely be resolved soon. Hopefully. And when we do the 7 ply, I will explain what's inside of your board with this 6 ply. I can explain the difference between the plies, but probably won't be as effective as the 7 ply. Now 7 plies of maple is your standard for skateboards. But like I said, we had a couple of special orders here. A 6, a 7, and an 8 ply out of the monster press. We're going to glue 3 of these up all the way before we load them into the press, and then get real finicky about alignment as we raise those presses up. And if you're unfamiliar with what you're watching, this is Life Skateboards being made. You can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Again, sorry for not going live for a while there, just dealing with some health issues at the moment. Alrighty, so there's this guy here. Grab the 6 plies. Got it marked in the corner because I will forget. I grab my tape from over here for some reason. And we tape up either end of the board to make sure that it doesn't slide around in the press. Looks like you lost me. There we go. And that is good to go. Now we'll go on to the, oh, that was a, I don't know why or how, but I accidentally prepped 2 6 plies today. Yep, that's a 6-ply right there. So we will jump to the 7-ply now. And I'll explain what's inside of your board. How long? Do you mean how long does it take the board to be made entirely? I would say we do like a 2 to 3 week turnaround maximum. We usually beat that. That's from press to shape to everything else. You got 24 hours in the press, 7 days cure time. Then the shape is cut out. We continue shaping and sanding it, and then apply the graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. What's up, Terror? Thanks for popping in. All right, so I said I was going to explain what's inside of your board, and I went and forgot. So you got 2 different types of plies here. You've got a vertical grain and a horizontal grain called a crossband. So inside of your board, you've got a vertical grain that's real pretty. That's on the outside. Inside doesn't have to be pretty. That's your core. So it is face, vertical, core, crossband, core, and another face. And that's your 7 plies of maple that's inside of your standard skateboard. Oh, that's awesome. I've been doing, I could be doing better, I'll tell you that. Can't wait to be back to skating. But yeah, that's awesome. The fingerboard making is pretty interesting, especially since you guys get to use more exotic woods than we get to, since you're not putting as much strain on the board. And today on this live, we're going to be loading up the monster press, and then we've got a stack of boards in the other room to do. And just to make a few onlookers happy, I have some eye protection for the edge router now. What's up, Blake? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Tara. Hope things get better for you. I've gotten an appointment with general surgery tomorrow to try to get some more answers, so. I'll keep you guys updated on that. Uh-oh. I don't think I have my apron here today. Whoops. Thanks, Fred. Appreciate you. Remember, guys, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Double tap that screen, share it, copy the link, whatever boosts views here. I'm not sure. I just want to get the word out about Life Skateboards to as many people as I can. I'm sorry to hear that, bud. That is rough. Stay strong, but make sure there's other people making sure that you're all right. And that one's all glued up there. There's a 7-ply. Nice to meet you, buddy. Thanks for popping into the chat here. All right, there's the 7-ply. And now we are doing the 8-ply. Yes, this is going to be a very heavy board. Remember, if you guys have any questions about board making, skateboards, skateboarding, whatever, feel free to ask. That's what I'm here for. Whew. There is a video contest going on for Slam City Skate Park on Instagram right now. Apollo Peterson's entry into the contest was posted today. I believe mine gets posted in a couple days. So go follow Slam City Skate Park on Instagram. I think the wins are based off views, so go watch everybody's, rewatch the ones that interest you. Let's get a lot of people on that. That would be fun. I'm gonna be real honest, I have not even seen my entry for the contest at all, besides one bale that I wanted to redo. So I don't even know what it looks like. It'll be a surprise to all of us. Thanks, Fred, and I appreciate you. I'm grateful for the opportunity to do this. I'm back here for a bit. Yep. Good to see you too, man. Thanks for popping in here. I've got my appointment tomorrow with general surgery to get some more answers, but board's got to get shaped and pressed in the meantime, so. Also, I went back to make some shorts out of what got clipped from the last live, or maybe it was 2 lives ago. Man, that audio sucked. You guys were being too nice about that. Just deleted a bunch of them because of that. Thanks, man. Me too. I just want this over with so I can skate again. It's really frustrating. Oh, not much, Fred. It's all right. I'm a little confused on it right now at the moment. I have every symptom of a pretty bad inguinal hernia. But when I went to ER for it, it relaxed, and they couldn't see it bulging on the CAT scan, so they set up an appointment with general surgery for it. It's unfortunately affecting how I skate, how I work, how I get around, and it's causing some serious problems for me. So hopefully tomorrow they give me some answers on fixing it, because it has not stopped being what it has been that whole time, which is just like a pretty concerning lump. All right, this is the last one to glue up here. Hey, Rob, what's up? Walking the dogs. That's awesome. I took Lori to the dog park this morning. The cool thing about not being able to get out and skate is I can spend a lot more time with my dog. All right, so there's the 8-ply there. I'm gonna tape this guy up, and then we'll bring you over to the press over here. You can watch that press get raised up. Look for the squeeze out, and then we will go into the next room and shape. Let's go ahead and get that tripod to stop moving. Yeah, I can imagine, see, I've talked to a few people that have had the umbilical hernias, and actually my dad had one when I was growing up. But this one's it's like right in the spot that I move for everything for skateboarding. In fact, crouching down is pretty not fun. But hopefully they give me an answer, because I just want to get back on a board without risk. But all right, next step here is to line these all up. This little plastic separator here just separates the boards themselves, but also keeps a little bit of glue off of the press. Make sure these are well aligned end to end and side to side here. Just lining them up. All right, I'm gonna slide the upper section of the press in, slide the youth press in, and then we will keep raising this up. Need a wider separator here. Looks like I grabbed the wrong one while I was getting things ready. Yeah, scrape the excess glue off of this thing real quick and replace the one I just put in there. Not very easy to add that afterwards. All right. Pretty good side to side. Just make sure this upper mold is ready to go, and then we can raise it up. All right, let me grab the sticks and then we will be raising this up here. So this press can do multiple different concaves. This press can do multiple concaves. Right now we've got the monster mold laid in here. This upper section is the youth mold. So those have kicks that are closer together. Something for the kids. But just set up by itself, this will be our long mold press. Kicks a little bit further apart than the wide mold with the same concave as the wide mold. Raise this up so you guys can see it a little closer here. Thank you, Logan, Fred, Logan, whatever it is. I appreciate you. Not whatever it is, that's your whole name. I didn't mean to say that. All right, so you're gonna start to see the kicks form on the boards here. And remember, there's concave happening across the press. Oh, 1 second here, guys. You can tell it's been a second. I messed up. Need to grab the trusty adjuster real quick. Checking where the board's sat and not the mold like a dummy. Sorry about that, guys. We'll get there. There we are. Oh yeah, surfboard making is a way different process. I have a lot of respect for the guys that do that. I also don't surf, I skate. And if I surfed, I would probably want the guy making my surfboard to surf. All right. Double check these are all tightened down, and we're good to go. You know it, Jordan. All right, so now we just got to cover up this glue right here, and we will get moving. Favorite flat ground trick? Ones that feel really good. Probably either tray flip or my little fizzle flip bullshit I do. Those are fun. Where did I put? I was looking for this. If you're new to the lives, the majority of my lives are me looking for a thing I just set down a couple seconds ago. Whew. All right, good to go. Let's get you guys in here and we will fizzle flip. In all technicality is a nollie pressure hospital flip. I don't like saying it that way. It's no pop, foot on the bolts, front foot on the bolts, back foot on the edge, flip it over on top of your back foot, flip it back over. Can I make one what? I don't know what that means, friend, I'm sorry. All right, so now we're gonna get to shaping. Now, if you're unfamiliar with what I do in this step, so Sam is the owner of the company. I do all the pressing. Sam cuts out all the shapes, makes all the templates, adds the truck holes, and does the majority of the graphics. I do all the rest of the shaping. So when Sam shapes those boards using these templates, they come out of the press looking like, they come out looking like this, where that edge is not at a 90 to the concave, and I gotta bring it to a 90 to make it work right here and round it off. Now, some of you may be happy to see this, but just to stop getting people to talk to me about it, I've got my PPE for the edge router right there. So we're gonna take these through several steps. We're gonna start on the belt sander to bring that to a 90. We're gonna round it off right here on the quarter round. Gonna keep sanding it over here on the drum that I need to air up before we get started. Right over here on the Mac wheel. A little bit more cleaning, and then a final step of sanding right here on the orbital sander. And that on the orbital sander, we are hooked up to a Festool HEPA approved dust extractor, so I throw the respirator off for that step. Oh, I make things. I don't just react to things that other people make. All right, so I'm just grabbing the compressor hose, dragging it across to the shop here, and I will be right back to fill that drum up, and we'll get started. I'm gonna shut this compressor off so it doesn't jump scare us in the middle of the shaping here. And we're back. Yep, we absolutely do, Thuggalo. We make anything in a twin, so if you see any of these shapes where you're like, I really like that nose, I want it on the tail too, you can just let us know. We can just flip the template. Everything you're seeing on the walls here, these are shaped templates, not boards, obviously. These are thick and they're flat. But we also have several twins that are just naturally twins. We've got twin popsicles, we've got twins with the hourglass-ish shape. These are what we call twins. We've also got the chubby stubby twin, it's a fatter one. The double knuckle is a twin. Pretty much anything can be a twin. You just gotta let us know. So Martin, I think, do you skate? Because there's a certain feel to all wood construction boards, which is what we chase here at Life. All right, make sure I don't get pulled into a machine, and we'll get started here. We'll start off with a favorite. Everybody likes this shape. And then we will move on to that stack of popsicles and twins that's sitting right there. But we're going to start off with the aggro shape designed by Lou Ross. Lou Ross used to own Fickle Skateboards out of Cincinnati. He now rides for us. Good people. All right, so we're going to be bringing this to a, sorry, they're trying to get the AI tripod to stop. I can't really get the belt into those tight curves right there, so we are going to touch those up with a high grit on the orbital. I don't really have to take a lot of material off on these edges here. It's mainly just cleaning it up. I've been better, but it's all good. I'll live. There we go. I have some 80 grit. And I'm just going to be cleaning up any inconsistency here. That step is a little bit unnecessary for these type of boards, but it leaves less room for error on the next step here. Don't think I'm cool, Mark. I'm pretty lame, I promise. All right, now we're gonna do the step that I turn into shorts for almost every live. I got the safety glasses, guys, just for you. There's that. So it's rounded off, but it's not clean, and we are going to jump to the next step here to clean it up. Spin you guys around this way. Oh, thanks. Thank you. So all the majority of the graphics for Life Skateboards were done by Ben Blakely. And remember, I'm just the sole hourly employee here at Life Skateboards. I don't own it. It's just me and Sam working here. there's that. Thanks, guys. I just noticed the mic unplugged itself there, so give me a second. All right, now the Mac wheel. All right, now we get to go over to the orbital sander. And then there's only 6 boards for me to shape after that, so. Oh, thanks, Snorlax. You got a cool name. Snorlax. Blocking my way until I get a polka flute. Thank you, Rob. Rob is rad. We connected after I took a trip out to Pennsylvania, and he's been a great support. Make sure you check out the stuff he's doing too. Is just bringing everything to a 150 and removing any excess glue. Oh, that's so nice of you to share your opinion of how I look this morning. Anyway, we're making skateboards for Life Skateboards. Oh, I appreciate you, Jay. And yes, we do sell them. We sell them at lifeskateboard.com. 1 second here. I left this in the other room. Makes it a little easier for you guys to see that. Please don't interpret this as skill. Ah, crap. I said that as I was ripping the thing I'm trying to bring you guys. Whoops. This, right here. There you go, lifeskateboard.com. There you go. You can get exactly what you want. You can choose your ply number and all that fun stuff. You know, even Dom's allowed to get a life if he wants to. It might help. Maybe playing with a toy will make you a little happier. Thanks, Snorlax. And if you are a real Snorlax, I'd suggest an 8-ply board. Those things are tanks. Our boards are stronger than your standard factory board, but the 8-plies are extremely strong. Obviously these spikes require a little bit more attention than just a straight railed board. Not too bad, actually. Do we sell to any pro skaters? So by definition, pro skater would be a professional for a board brand. So they don't tend to spend money outside of their brand. But Bailgun Gary had us make the deco, we call it the 8-bit football. Let's see, Ragdoll was getting our boards for a little bit. The guys on our team? Hey, thank you, Jay. I appreciate you. Tripod's going crazy. Stop moving, tripod. There you go. Good job. What's up, Grassy Knoll? Yes, they are. Now the reason for that is going to be, and thank you, Rob, for answering that. So they are stronger, and the reason for that is going to be extremely deep concave, gives end-to-end strength. The full glue coverage on every side of every ply lets us guarantee against delam. And then our long press and cure time, that's 24 hours in the press, 7 days curing. We also apply our graphics with a non-heat application process called Lino block printing. It's where we have a local artist commissioned to carve out the relief image of the graphic, roll speedball ink onto it, slap it on there, roll it on. And the reason for that is because heat ruins skateboards. You should know that if you've left your car in a hot, if you've left your car in a hot board is what I just tried to say. If you left your board in a hot car, it becomes brittle. So the majority of the industry uses the heat transfer to apply their apply their graphics. Great way to mass produce images, not great for quality. So we do Lino block printing here. Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, you can just check us out at lifeskateboard.com. If you have any questions about things and I'm not live here, you can always ask me through Instagram at Stranger Casper or through Ask Days with Casper. I will say I haven't been checking that as much as I should lately. But the cool thing about getting boards directly from people that are making them for you is you can ask us questions. If there's ever an issue, you know who to go to. We're right here. It's good to go. Hey, awesome to hear that, man. Get back to skating with that. Get yourself a Casper shape. That'll be fun. All right. So we've got 3 popsicles. Looks like a panhead, monster pop, and a barn pop. So this looks like all popsicle-esque shapes with one poolish shape going on today. Now, as we get through these, remember, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. 8.5 for sure. Neat. One second. Does this look familiar? It's not a Pro line. That's from the same era. All right. Let's get to it. 1 second here. Sorry, I should have set my phone to do not disturb. What's up, Yayo? Thanks for tuning in. Stop. Pod responds to hand signals, and my mic responds to me wanting it to work by not working. There we go. As you can see, we're a lot quicker with the popsicles here. And that's why you'll hear me say that popsicles aren't the easiest to skate, they're the easiest to make. That's why the industry made that the norm. Looks like we froze up there for a second. Sorry about that. Alrighty. We're gonna probably zoom through these guys with the mold beam popsicles here. There's the mic. All right. Dang, this mic is not being happy with me today. Still not working. Good, there we go. I hope so too. Sure wish I could go skate, but my body is having other plans. Whew. Tap that screen for me, guys. If you enjoy what you're watching, let YouTube know you like it. I know it's a niche thing to enjoy watching, so I want to get as many people to know about life as possible. The more boards you guys order, the more work I have. The more work I have, the more I get to show you, and the less side work I have to do. Area 51 aliens. That's real neat of you to say. I mean, my name's on a shape here, but keep going. That's all right. Anyway, Life Skateboards. On any board if you'd like. Because we do the Lino block printing and print to order, you just select the Casper graphic when you're ordering a board. Area 51, if you want to do that, you can. I'll even sign it for you, my man. Whatever you want. Damn, dude, you got a crush on me or something? Because if you don't have anything to ask about Life Skateboards, I'm just going to go ahead and remove you from the chat. Cool Beans is really good skateboards. Our customers have all loved them. But I don't know. I'll give him a hug if he needs one. It's all right. It's all about love here. If you're somebody local just trying to do some shit, that is wild. Thanks, Thugaloo. It'll happen though. It's the internet. People like to let out their pent-up frustrations that they don't have the confidence to let out in healthy ways. It's all right. Hey, Oregon, what's up? Thanks for tuning in, bud. Oregon is always the first to comment on all of my posts that I make here. I love it. It's a little bit of touch up on this rail here. And we are good to go. This guy is ready for graphics. We're going to set it back in the stack here and move on to the next one. I think I'm going to take these next two through at the same time. Now, if you guys will give me one moment here, I'll be right back. If you're not new to the channel, you know what's going on. And you're welcome if you are new to the channel, because nobody needs to hear the baby elephant in the next room. All right, and we're back. It's always reassuring when I see a message retracted from somebody that's always positive in my chat. All right. That was done. You can tell I'm new to wearing safety goggles, or safety glasses. That's because of you guys. I hope you know that. I like it, easy build. There we go. Stop that there. There's that. All right, we'll bring both of these through on the belt sander. Take this next one through. Got a pretty top and bottom on this one. clean off this belt before we move on here, because I will forget. See how quickly I can take these through two popsicles through. That purple is really cool. It's not one we get all the time, and we call it blurple because sometimes when you sand it, it comes out a little blue. And there went the mic again. Good. All right. I can get through those pretty quickly. Again, popsicles are the easiest to make, not the easiest to skate. Man, this mic does not like me today. Bear with me for a second here, guys. I'm pulling you out of the tripod. There we go. Back you up a little bit so I don't bonk you. You can get one at lifeskateboard.com. I'm going to hold up the website for you so you can see that. I ripped it earlier. But there you go. You can get those lifeskateboard.com. We ship all over the world. You get yourself exactly what you want, a nice handcrafted deck made just for you. All right. And we were back over onto the orbital here. Remember, if you guys have any questions about board making, how to get these, feel free to ask. Or anything else, really. That's what I'm here for. A lot of these lives break down into talking about sobriety, things like that. So feel free to ask your questions. No way, Oregon. I love hearing stories like that. So Oregon just said his board took a nosedive in a 12-foot bowl and barely any damage. I've noticed that because one of our local indoors has like a cinder block wall in between the rooms. If you shoot your board out into it, you'd expect it to split. I mean, it's right in line with the forced air, so it's a pretty easy shootout spot. But when a life board hits it, it just like pushes it in. It's wild. These things are really strong, that's for sure. That's what originally brought my attention to the boards. I was working in a skate shop and somebody brought one in and it lasted a lot longer than everything else. now I'm one of the guys making them. See easy how this purple kind of turns into a bluish color as you sand it. Then it changes color again when you clear coat it. No way. I love hearing that. Woo. We sit up on the test to a flight deck. Because the only negative thing I got to say about flight decks is that they're not all wood construction. That's it. I personally don't like the feel because I like all wood construction, so. Isn't it? Because you can never really predict where the die is going to end up light and where it's going to end up solid. I like that. Really makes the wood grains pop out on it too. Congrats. Nope. Sorry, I moved the AI tripod. Congrats. Stick with it. Make sure what you're making is better than what's in the industry right now, which is not very hard. And you can do it. Good luck. A little more love right here. She is good to go. All right, is another one done? I spy some glue. There we go. Good to go. We got one more on the orbital and then 3 to take all the way through. If you're sticking with me through this whole live, thank you very much. Oh yeah, absolutely. We clear everything. The clear on that type of color kind of darkens it up a little bit. We finished to 150. That's the happy medium. If you go any finer, the Lino block prints want to slide around. Obviously, if you go any rougher, it's not going to feel as good. Twin tail, we've got plenty of them. So if you ever see a shape where you like the tail on it and you want that twinned, you just got to let us know and we'll do that. But we have several shapes that are naturally twin-tailed, like the twins, small twin, mid twin, big twin. You've got the turbo twins. You've got the double knuckle as a twin. All of the footballs are twins. Pretty much anything else though can be twinned. We've even got some of our youth boards naturally set up as a twin. Good question. We've got plenty of designs to pick from. All of our graphics are done with hand-carved lino blocks, and the majority of those are done by Ben Blakely, our artist. There's plenty to choose from. You can check out lifeskateboard.com. They're going to have a lot of examples of that. Life Skateboard 1010 on Instagram also has a lot of examples of finished boards. I cut this one out of a board, but here's one of the prints. This is my dog Lori, in front of the 8 stair at the skate park that we found her at. Here's another print right here. This is the praying hands graphic. It's actually my boss's hands with the missing fingers right there. We got plenty of other ones as well. The sturgeon is a very popular one. Yeah, Lots of different graphics. And you can choose what color you want it printed in as well. You know it easy. She's the best. Been a little terror lately though, I'll say that. This guy needed a little more love than the other ones too. All right. Now we only got 3 boards left here. I have to make some important phone calls after that. You guys are gonna have to give me one moment here, and in the meantime, I'm gonna put a little sign up with the website. Do me a favor, share this live around for me while I'm finishing this up. Ooh. I'm gonna put this sign here that has the website on it right in front of the camera. And if you guys can do me a favor, like I said, just share this for me for the next minute or so. I will be right back. There you go, you get to look at Lori and the thing. I'll be right back though, guys. Seth, I'll answer that before I step away. I am currently going through some medical issues. I go to general surgery for an appointment tomorrow, so hopefully I'll be back to skating as quickly as possible. And I'm back. I'll be spending some more time there when I'm feeling better. I asked him about, because all the younger kids were, I was getting messages asking where I was for the camp. So I told them I'd be willing to help out with the camp this summer if they needed me. So what's up, Jake? Thanks for tuning in, bud. If you guys don't know who Jake Daney is, better check him out on Instagram. This dude does absolutely insane flip in, flip out tricks. He rides for us. He's awesome. Really glad I ran into him. I also met him out in Pennsylvania. That's awesome, Seth. I'm glad to hear that. Well, hopefully they need me this summer. If they don't, it's all good. I don't know. I'm mainly there to help out with the tricks that like Brent and Cole aren't too familiar with. The Michael Gage stuff. If you guys don't know who Michael Gage is, check him out. He doesn't ride for us, but he does ride our boards. There's actually a knucklehead that's specifically made to his specs. You know what? We're going to take all three of these through on the belt and the edge router, and then we're going to take them through one at a time through the rest, all right? Who's your brother, Seth? I'm sure I'm like a goldfish with names, but I might know your brother. Custom 825, I mean, yeah. We got several boards inside of an 825, but what do you mean by custom? Because when you go on the website and order an 825, you can select your wheelbase, your ply number, your graphic print, what color print you want it in, all that fun stuff. So some of those customizations are already an option for you. That's it for the belt sander today, so let's clean that off. I'm gonna go ahead and do myself a favor here and kind of clean my way out. Oh, now you guys see why I share it to Facebook beforehand. Thanks, Easy. I appreciate you. Currently just emptying out. Oh man, I didn't realize it was following me around. Getting this big old pile of sawdust off the table here. Make getting out of here a little easier today. It's an AI tripod, Jake. Yep. It does not work very well for skateboarding, I will say that. But basically it's got a little camera in there. It's not connected to the phone. It's just the tripod itself working alone. So it's got the camera looking at me. You can tilt it up or down for how close you are to the camera. And then you just like give it hand signals like this. It'll start following me like this. It'll stop following me. And there's another hand signal for it to follow your hands instead of your face. Or your face instead of your hands, and I don't like to use that one. You guys aren't here to look at me, you're here to look at skateboards. This is the second one I've had. Huge shout out to Tim for grabbing this. Thank you, Tim. The last one I had, unfortunately, got blown over in the wind, and it just like, the springs inside just made it explode. All right. Thank you. Coming over here to this step. Yeah, there's a couple of them. The last one that I had was the Pivo AI tripod. It was awesome. It had a really cool program that worked with it, an app on your phone that would connect through it, and you could, at the time I wasn't able to do YouTube lives. Unfortunately, I broke that one. We'll say the material sucked. It was just plastic. Knock that one out. Go ahead and knock all these chips down off of here. We're cleaning our way out of here, guys. All right. One second here. I took a look at a board I set down earlier and want to touch it up. There we go. Things that I probably would only notice, but oh well. So Seth, a collage, I mean, so you're looking at the wrong spot right there. There's a drop menu that shows the rest of the names of the graphics. But a collage, there's two options for a collage. If you just get the normal one, it's going to be Sam putting a bunch of prints on the board, overlapping next to each other, just filling the whole space with a bunch of prints. If you select the collage option and then put Casper collage, I do a background color, double print, and just kind of do my thing on it. Maker's choice means that we choose. But you should have an option on the website to select whatever you want as far as graphics go. It's a drop menu. If you're having trouble with the website, try a different browser. It is a pretty heavy website. Shout out to Ben for making us such an interactive website and reworking it recently. Take these 3 through the Mac wheel, and then onto the orbital sander. All right, these 3 are ready for the orbital sander. So it'll be a 6-ply, 7-ply, or 8-ply. Now your difference is going to be how many plies your board is and how strong it is, how flexible it is. I always suggest people go with our 7-ply. It's stronger than your standard 7 from factory, but not as strong as an 8-ply. Unless you are stomping through boards on a regular basis, you don't need an 8-ply. For an 8-ply, there's an extra core in the center of the board. For a 6-ply, we take out the bottom core. Ben, I'd say probably on their own. They skate how boards used to skate. I've heard a lot of really inaccurate comparisons from skate shop owners that just didn't carry us, but probably not comparable to really anything out there. I haven't found anything comparable. You can, Caden. If you want to do it on a small scale, you can use backing the ceiling. There you go. Yeah, 7-ply would be what you want then. You might even be able to get away with a 6-ply. It's just going to be lighter, obviously not as strong, but some people do that. We actually did have somebody get an experimental 5-ply recently. Kind of waiting to hear what happens with that. Trying to think, does anybody else carry it? Oh, and Sloopy's over in Marion University. I'm sorry, over in Marion, Indiana. our business direct to customer because you can get exactly what you want. No, 5-ply is not less expensive. They regularly get them. It's kind of, if you look on the wall, it's the boards that are in the U-line bags instead of the cellophane. They might be out at the moment, but they are carrying the hats from my channel right now for sure. Unless they sold out. They grabbed 2 the last time I was there. Hey, but Benno, we still make a 775. Whatever you want, bud, we got it for you. But isn't it wild that the industry for a while had everyone so convinced that those are the better boards to skate, even though it's just less material? Tend to get our bigger boards, so yeah, if you skate a 9, you might be looking at like our the knucklehead's a fun one, the big twin, the stinger is a fun one. I skated a 9 before I had my own shape. There's a panhead that's a 9. Did you just say 9 is huge? Benna, I got news for you. I'm going to show you the template for a 9-inch board, and then I'm going to show you a template for our biggest board. Prepare to be surprised. All right, 9-inch board. Coming your way. This is the template for our big twin. Sits at a 9.1. Pretty big. This is our Mega Twin XL template. Why? Why not? It looks like, it makes this look like not a board, or this is the display for this board. Yeah, we make big old boards here. It is, if you want to go check out an edit with, it wasn't this shape, it was the Mega Roll XL, which is like an egg-shaped version of this size. I did an edit with that one, this board, right here. This template. I posted an edit before I realized I had some medical issues and had to take a little break. But surprisingly enough, I tray flipped that thing. I usually bring my board, my one that I have set up around. So if you see me skating, I've probably got that thing in my car if it's not on me in person. Over on Lil Dude Crew doing that. Skating ripsticks like normal boards. What's up, Camden? Thanks for popping in. Can I drop in on Q's Mini with that? Yeah. If you want to, you should go watch that. Seth, you should go watch the edit I posted of me skating that thing. The only thing I've had trouble with the big board are like Miller flips. So like doing a full on, I don't know, like when I get into the plant, as soon as I start to go upside down, the board's way behind me. It's not bad at all. I mean, the concave is so good that wheel bite seems to like roll off of it. It's not really that bad. Worst part is shinners with it. Thank you. Yeah, Rob suggested that if you want a fun shape, you can grab my shape. Here's the template for my current shape. I really like it. Use 9-inch trucks on it. It's got curves for the grabby grabs, a knuckle nose for fun. I rounded off the fishtail into a popsicle and added this other extra angle on the knuckle right here. It's a fun board. I like it. Got all my tricky tricks back with it. Seth, next time you see me, ask me to ride that board. And you'll be able to. I think 8 years from alcohol and hard stuff, and then 4 years from everything else. I'm so proud that you feel like sharing that here, Sean. Oh yeah, Seth? Grab mine then, because you can use 9-inch trucks on my shape. You're going to want to start popping stuff off the nose to try and just understand the versatility of having a knuckle nose to pop off of. Wow, Benna, congratulations. Well, you've stumbled upon the right place. This is usually where we talk about sobriety and things like that. People, you can always feel free to reach out if you ever need any words of encouragement or anything like that. Because sobriety is a journey. I'll be here for you. I remember cricket, yeah. You know it. Yeah, so the company is called Life. The company's actually called Life because sobriety gave my boss a new life in skateboarding. He had a shop in the early 2000s by the same name and then started making boards in 2012. He's also an addict in recovery. We're both very open about it. We both had different paths to sobriety, so it's pretty cool being able to, like, if my advice isn't helping somebody or my path didn't help somebody, I have somebody to turn people to, if that makes sense. But yeah. We love it here. I'm very happy with the environment that Sam provides for this. All of our big public sessions that we have at the Life Bowl, which unfortunately I had to cancel the last one, those are all drug and alcohol free. We got a nice, safe place to do that fun stuff in. Liam said, "Did you ever play soccer or sports, or hockey or sports?" I played a lot of soccer, actually. Was looking to go to school off of that, and learned pretty deep into my high school that I have a birth defect on my kneecap that causes my kneecap to dislocate when I cut to the side. So I don't understand why I can jump downstairs and skate and do all this other stuff, but the moment as soon as I cut skate playing soccer, it just pops on me, and then I'm on crutches for a week. So I don't do that anymore. Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. You're watching Days with Casper, and you're watching Life Skateboards be made. These last two boards here are going through the final step, and then we're going to end the live after I clean up. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Now would be a good time. We're located in New Powell, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. The shop was originally in Muncie, Indiana. We still have the bowl up in that location. Just moved down here for Sam to be closer to home, which made it closer to me, and for just a better space to work on the boards. Hey, thanks, Liam. I appreciate you. Now, if you want any merch from the channel, that would just be, I've got a beanie that I sewed the patches on that say Days with Casper, Get a Life on them. Those are available on the Life Skateboards website as well, so when you get a board, get a hat with it. Been sending me some cool stuff on Instagram. Right on, Liam. Thanks for letting me know. If you have any questions, feel free to ask about it when you get back. And if you have any trouble with the website, just try a different browser. It's a pretty heavy website. 1 second here, guys. I'll check something real quick. Yep. For those of you that wanted an update on the hernia, still swelling. What's up, Smokey? Whew. This is the last board here, and then we're gonna clean up and head out for the day. Unfortunately, that means I'm not gonna be skating, but hopefully that appointment with general surgery tomorrow. There's your kickflip, bud. I gotcha. There you go, Phil. Oh yeah, absolutely, Seth. Major Tailors is getting a addition that they've been looking forward to since the year 2000. The park is currently closed, and just in general, it's a liability thing for the people that are building it. But when that's done, you're going to have an amazing park to go check out. My local is Lawrence Skate Park. I'm sure you've seen the paint project from that. It's a pretty fun park, half bowl, extensions. We are looking to get an expansion as soon as we get the city to agree on the rest of the park around the skate park. You've got Dillon, Carmel, if you got to choose between the two, go to Dillon. Westfield has a little tiny park. Plainfield has a little prefab park. Willard. There's all kinds of spots too. Just skate through downtown, you'll find everything. Hell's Ditch, start at Hell's Ditch and keep moving. Wow. Yeah, easy. I want to say Westfield's pretty small, but it's not that small. The original Greenwood might have been that small. Greenfield is probably that small. But Greenfield is working on getting a new park right now as well. Greencastle has a great skate park. I will warn you, Seth, everything is real steep compared to Q. So if I'm getting in the middle of explaining this and you already know everything about it, cut me off. But the way that you measure a ramp is based off of the height and radius. And when I say radius, I mean like, I mean, you know what that means, but you know, from the center right there, half the distance. So that would be how you measure it. So if you've got a 6 foot radius cut down to 5, then you've got a 5 foot ramp that doesn't go all the way to vert. Now, Q has all of their radiuses set really high with low ramps just to make it a little bit easier for everybody. They don't have very many steep ramps, so it is definitely steeper. Everything at Lawrence is steeper. Everything at Majors is steeper. Plainfield is pretty middle ground, but it's the same everywhere as long as you're dropping in correctly, and I can help you with that if you want to. Can you see some tricks, Liam? I currently am not doing too well medically, so until I have this surgery, this meeting with general surgery tomorrow, no touchy the skateboard for me. I tried to take an easy lap around Lawrence right before all this happened, and I can't. I don't know what taking it easy means when I put my feet on a skateboard. So, I know myself. Yeah, Seth, you're also going to realize that the coping at Q is also gigantic compared to everywhere else. So the Life Bowl up in Muncie is it's a 6 foot radius cut at 5 and 4. It's pretty steep. I really like that transition though. But yeah, I mean, if you're huge radius, small ramp is going to end up with a very mellow ramp. It's all right, Liam. It's all right. I really wish I could skate. That's the only reason I'm bummed about it. This medical stuff has been all right. I didn't think I had insurance until I went to the ER for this, and then found out I had insurance. And now I'm figuring out a bunch of other medical shit in the process. All 19 people want to hear my newest edition. They put me on Lexapro. I'm gonna be real happy in like 5 days. Josiah is a rad individual. He's judged some of my contests, been there for me when I'm going through some shit. He's good people. Just pop a little early on that thing. It took me a while because I like to do fakey big spin over that little tiny spine. Oh, yeah, I love Q. Been going there for years. I broke my leg at Q. I've been going to Q before I even got sober. Brian and Shane have driven a very drunk Casper home before when my old roommate stole my car. They're great people. Great people. I've been live for a little over 2 hours, Josiah. A raspberry and sandpaper. All right. I'll believe it. I don't have any reason to not believe you. While we were here, I just got a text message. Ah, right on. I genuinely thought you meant raspberry, and I was very confused. Oh, are you talking about like carving a board out of like a solid piece of wood? Is that what you're referring to, my man? I'm just trying to understand what you were saying there, bud. Got a little touch up to do on this guy here. I'll stick around to figure this out with you. Nice. Wait, we got the Mad Hatter and the Mad Dabber right after each other. That's pretty funny. Nice. So the steps that we use here are just we cut out the shape using these templates here. Sam uses this router bit over there. Cut out the shape. I bring it to a 90 with that. There, there, and there. And then you're watching the last step here. But that's pretty cool. We got a buddy that just shapes them with a belt sander and a jigsaw. He doesn't press them. That's pretty neat. And we don't really do that many freestyle-esque boards here. A little more touch up on this nose. Well, that's pretty neat. Yeah, we just don't, we only use plied boards. Gives it strength in every direction. So, yeah. But all right, that's it for today, guys. I'm done with that. Really quickly here, I'll show you guys a bunch of finished boards as we're leaving here. Here's those boards we pressed earlier today in the monster press. Here's where we glue them all up. Here's where our veneer is stored. And lifeskateboard.com is where you get yourself a life. All right, so for the few of you that are still here, make sure you go to the Slam City Skate Park Instagram, watch those videos. I think mine is coming out in the next day or so. It's a little video contest. I haven't seen mine at all, so I'll be as surprised as you guys. Make sure if you want to watch this stuff, you like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll go ahead and get out of here. So yeah, have a great day. Get a life. See ya.